I would not start Pathway by asking whether it has an impressive demo. I would start with the first side effect. What can it read, what can it write, what account or runtime does it touch, and what proof does it leave behind when the run is over? That is the practical Doramagic reading of this project. The manual gives a better spine than a launch post because it forces a slower question: where does Pathway actually enter a workflow? In this case, the first useful note is, Pathway is a Python ETL framework for stream processing, real-time analytics, LLM pipelines, and Retrieval-Augmented Generation, RAG, workloads. The second note is the boundary. Pathway is a Python ETL framework for stream processing, real-time analytics, LLM pipelines, and Retrieval-Augmented Generation, RAG, workloads. I would keep that sentence visible during setup, because most first-run mistakes happen when you treat a tool surface, an SDK, an extension, or an agent loop as if they all had the same risk profile. My first-run test would be intentionally boring. I would create one disposable workspace, one reversible task, and one output I can inspect without trusting the agent or the UI. If the setup requires credentials, browser state, local files, or a running service, I would use test data first and keep the production account out of the first pass. The manual also points to the failure mode I would watch first. According to the project README, it is "quote, a Python ETL framework for stream processing, real-time analytics, LLM pipelines, and RAG&quot, and ships with an "quote, easy-to-use Python API&quot, that integrates cleanly with existing Python ML libraries." A clean demo can hide this. The project can appear to work while the real contract is still unclear: which command was run, which file changed, which remote call happened, or which source produced the answer. For verification, I would not accept a success message by itself. The same code can be used for local development, CI/CD tests, running batch jobs, handling stream replays, and processing data streams. Quote, source, readme.md. In a technical creator workflow, the proof is the command, the trace, the changed file, the generated artifact, or the exact response shape. Anything less is just a story about a run. Here is the concrete first-run checklist I would use for Pathway. Step 1. Open the Doramagic manual and the upstream repository side by side. Step 2. Identify the smallest entry point, not the most impressive one. Step 3. Run one task where failure is cheap. Step 4. Save the log or output. Step 5. Decide whether the next run deserves more permissions. I would also cross-check the repository directly at https://github.com/pathway.com/pathway. The manual is the map, but the repository is where version drift, installation details, and real issue patterns show up. If those disagree, I trust the live upstream evidence before I trust a polished summary. My verdict is narrow. Pathway is worth exploring only after it passes one small, inspectable workflow. Do not turn it into infrastructure because the category sounds useful. Start with one scenario, keep the boundary tight, keep the evidence visible, and only expand after the first run is genuinely repeatable. For this video, the important thing is not the name Pathway. The important thing is the habit: manual first, source second, tiny run third, evidence before trust. That is how I would keep Pathway from becoming another tool that looked promising for an hour and then created a maintenance problem for the next month. Scene notes: read the project by its first side effect. Pathway is a Python ETL framework for stream processing, real-time analytics, LLM pipelines, and Retrieval-Augmented Generation, RAG, workloads. Decide what it can touch. Pathway is a Python ETL framework for stream processing, real-time analytics, LLM pipelines, and Retrieval-Augmented Generation, RAG, workloads. Use the manual as the spine. Pathway is a Python ETL framework for stream processing, real-time analytics, LLM pipelines, and Retrieval-Augmented Generation, RAG, workloads. Make the first run deliberately small. Pathway is a Python ETL framework for stream processing, real-time analytics, LLM pipelines, and Retrieval-Augmented Generation, RAG, workloads. Watch the failure that looks like success. According to the project README, it is "quote, A Python ETL framework for stream processing, real-time analytics, LLM pipelines, and RAG&quot, and keep proof on screen. The same code can be used for local development, CI/CD tests, running batch jobs, handling stream replays, and processing data streams. End quote. Cross-check upstream. I would keep the repository open while testing. https://github.com/pathway.com/pathway. Only expand after one useful pass. For pathway, the decision is not whether the demo looks good. It is whether one narrow workflow produces inspectable, repeatable evidence.